Hello everybody, back here again for our vlog a day, and today is Wednesday the 24th, and today was a lovely, beautiful day to be alive. Got up this morning for a decent time frame, got up and around, got out to the hot tub, got the dog out, got my water and my banana. Wife got up and around, and she kind of was running behind a little bit again. She, again, don't know if she's over using her snooze or just ignoring her alarm completely, but she was rushing around real fast in a hurry to get out of here. So it happens at times, but it is what it is. So I was up pretty late last night, got home late and all that fun stuff. So it was kind of a little bit droggy getting moving, but overall it's pretty good. So got my soak on, got back in, got the dog fed, medicated, and she's kind of eating, but not eating spectacularly. So she's kind of being a little bit of a turd head, but she's plenty fat, so she's not concerned about her at all. But would wish she'd eat a little more, but she's still chasing the lizards and out there running around and doing all the dumb stuff she likes to do outside, so it's all good. She's usually used to having a lot more dogs around here though, so I think she's a little bit depressed that it's just her at the moment. So yeah, we got a few things done. Heard some noise going on the side yard. I was like, what the hell's going on over there? It sounded like a truck or something revving up and shit. And I went and looked, and it's the building guys building my garage. Got their truck and trailer stuck in my yard, because why the hell not? Instead of asking like, hey, which way is the best way to bring the trailer in? Or I could have said you could have just drove right this way. You would have had a much better shot to get it in there first try. But nope, they got stuck and then had it unhook, and they're carrying supplies a little farther, which really isn't the end of the world, but I could have easily showed them how to like pull up in that driveway and back straight in, and you would have had a straight shot in. You wouldn't have been jackknifed the trailer and all that fun and stuff. But nobody seems to want to talk to me about the best way to do this, which also most people don't own houses across the street that have access to a secondary driveway that would basically allow you straight access into this property that's being worked on. So it's not a very common thing, but very easily could have reached out and said, hey, we're on our way, we'll be there blank whatever time. I could have then met him out there and gave him some advice on how to make it work, but doesn't matter now because they probably got the trailer stuck in the truck. They got the truck out at least, which I didn't see. Went back, checked the dog and that. I'm not sure if they had to have it towed out by their second truck or not, but the depths of the ruts they dug, I think they did. So we'll see how it comes time to get it out of there when they have to hook the trailer back up, how they're going to do it. They might have to just tow the trailer with a strap or a chain out closer to the road, be able to hook onto it, because they had enough trouble getting the truck out empty without the trailer on it. They're going to have a hell of a time lining it up to back it in there and get it lined up to the trailer. The trailer's pretty heavy trailer. I don't think they're going to be able to pick it up and move the tongue over like you would on a little utility trailer, lawnmower trailer type thing. Motorcycle trailers, easy to use, get close and pick them up and move them around. But this thing, I do not think it's going to happen that way. So we'll see how it happens. So yeah, they got there, I don't know, about 9 or so, and started working. Got the walls up and the roof, I guess truss, what I want to call it, the beams going across the top. Got them up there, and then basically stopped working because I guess they had the floor beam around the bottom too, the bottom piece, but they didn't bring the, I'm not sure you call them I call him a stringer. I don't know what he called it. He called him something else with a P, but it's the pieces that go across the ridge vents, or the ridges across the top to screw the roof line onto. They didn't bring those at all. Like, there's none on the trailer. So apparently the guys that did the installs are not the ones that load the trailers, and the guys that load the trailers did not pay attention and did not give them the right stuff at all. So they worked for, I don't know, less than 2 hours. It was probably, which was 3 guys, less than 2 hours, and got some work done, but not that much. They said they'd be here 2 days, you know, they'd have it done with 2 hours of work. And the thing is, I think the pieces they need are, I believe, are over in DeLand, which is 30-minute drive. So let's say hour and a half round trip with traffic and all that. But they didn't send anybody after it. They didn't send anybody else over here with them. They just wrapped it up on an hour and a half for 2 hours of work today and called that good. So hey, just what's one more day of not getting my garage built? It's not the end of the world. So it is what it is. So they're out there for a tiny little bit of time, and they left. So it's, I can see it. It looks bigger with the walls up on it a little bit. Weirdly, it looks a little bigger because it's such a tall wall. Being a 12-foot wall, I'm used to like you walk through a garage, 8, maybe 9-foot walls. Some have 10, but the 12-foot wall is nice, which I needed to be able to put my lifts in. But once I start putting shelving in and lifts and stuff, it's going to fill up super quick, and it's also going to feel like it's going to shrink a lot once I put the walls on it, because I won't be able to look through the walls, because it's kind of like putting mirrors in a living room, or like a restaurant. You see a restaurant with a bunch of mirrors on one whole side. It makes the restaurant feel a lot bigger because your eye plays tricks. So when I see these beams sticking up, and I know my brain says, hey, there's gonna be a wall there, it doesn't feel the same because there's not actually a wall there. So my brain tricks me into thinking, well, the wall might be 2 to 10 feet back from there. Who the hell knows? So I know it's going to shrink up once the walls are in, but we'll see. So yeah, so many decisions to make from here of, do I wire it first? Do I insulate it? Part of me wants to insulate the whole damn thing, just get it done with. That way I'm working there, it won't be as bad. But, and then I just come in and just run conduit and stuff outside the walls. So I'm gonna insulate it and then plywood it both, so I can just screw and hang onto the wall anywhere I want to. So that will be nice. But then I think, well, if I run the wires behind it, it's a much more finished look. But I kind of like a little bit of that industrial look of seeing all the conduit stuff sticking out. Also, if I want to add on to it, I just tap into the conduit lines right there, where if I run them all on the wall, let's say I want to add a plug-in a year from now or 5 years from now into that shop, I'm going to end up, especially with spray foam insulation, I'm going to end up having conduit running anyway outside the wall. So I'm going to see some conduit. I might as well make part of like an accent feature of, this was the design I did for this purpose, so it all looked more industrial. But have not fully made up my mind yet what I'm doing. So yeah, all that good fun stuff. But yeah, they took off well before noon. They were gone like 10:30, 11 o'clock, they were gone. So I hung around with the dog, got a few things done, nothing too major. I had basically, as I was chilling out a little bit, talked to my wife and realized that Wednesdays are cheap seafood day. So I was like, well, I'll run by Publix, check out myself some dinner options after I get my run and stuff in. Asked her if she wanted anything. She said no, she didn't. It's like, cool. So I went ahead and went and got my run in, got done with my run, got back, and I was getting ready to jump in the shower. And I thought, well, I'm gonna take the motorcycle. I'm already all hot and sweaty. What doesn't matter? So jumped on the motorcycle, ran up there to pick up some stuff. I also needed some bite-sized round tortillas or tortilla chips. And I was also looking for some more bananas. So I'm gonna try and get bananas, like instead of getting like a whole bunch on just Sunday, I'm gonna try and buy some on Sunday and some on Wednesday, so they don't all ripen up at the exact same time. So I'm hoping to get them from 2 separate shipments, so I won't have all of them just getting basically 2 green and 2 ripe at the same time. Hoping to split it up a little bit. Who knows if it'll work or not, but we'll see if that works. So head up there to the store, get there, go in, get my chips I need so I can eat my avocados, a little bit of salsa, I'll mix it up, make my little guac, and then grab my chips. She also asked me to get some root beer. They didn't have any. They were on sale, so they're out of root beer. And realized I went to Winn-Dixie, not Publix. So their seafood's not on sale. So I was like, well, I guess I'm not getting seafood today. So said to hold it, and basically texted them like, hey, I'm at Winn-Dixie instead of Publix. I'm an idiot, went the wrong way. And would you rather, so you need from Winn-Dixie? And she said no, she's good. So she asked me if I was going to Publix. I go, no, I'm just going to home eat leftovers. So said to hell it, came on home, jumped in the shower. By the time I got out of the shower, she was already home from work. So hung out with the dog and her a little bit. We chatted and talked about kind of life and some of those good fun things that's going on at her work and just how her day went and that stuff. And then chatted about a handful of things, about how last night went and what we did and all that good fun stuff. And then from there, I threw some tater tots in the air fryer and microwaved up my leftover sloppy joe mix, chucked it in a bowl, and just mixed it all together like a tater tot nachos, but with sloppy joe mix instead. And holy shit, it's good. It's one of my favorite meals. I'm a giant fan of tater tots, and I'm a giant fan of sloppy joes when done correctly. And knocked that out, had myself a wonderful dinner, watched a little bit of Shameless, then headed back outside, had myself a nice cigar with the dog, enjoyed the evening, and the dog kept going over and looking at the side yard like, hey, where's those guys I saw out there? I was watching guys there this morning, and it cracked me up because she never barked once out in the backyard looking into the fence. But when I was in the house and she looked out the window and saw him out there, she barked at him. I'm like, those are the same guys you just saw outside. When you're outside the fence, you don't bark at them. Through the window you do. Like, dumb dog this morning. But yeah, she kept going looking for him like, I know they were here, where'd they go? And she's confused with that thing. So, but yeah, overall it's pretty good. Headed back in. Wife was zonked out by the time I got in. She was sleepy, pretty tired, and then went ahead and I watched a little bit of Castle and had myself a little snack and wrapped it up for the night. My guacamole, my avocado, a little bit of salsa mixed in, smushed in the bowl with some chips, and that was my dessert. So anyway, that's all I got for right now. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe, wonderful day. Thanks for watching.